as you can see from the title, yeah, I've just been thinking a lot in terms of listening. Why we don't really succeed, why we don't really go for our goals, and a lot of time it comes by who we listen to, who has influenced us in terms of what we do. And it's very interesting, I was thinking of in terms of even being young, being a young child. You're told that you have to listen to what I said. Your parents are always like, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to listen. You know, and that can go from school. You know, in class you have to be quiet. You have to make sure you're quiet and you listen to what the teacher says. And if you have a different idea or a different point of view, you cannot say it. If you do, or you've been too noisy, you're too noisy in class, you're disturbing everybody. You get kicked out from lesson. You got this detention. Why? Because you did not really listen to what the teachers wanted to do. Again, I'm not saying that you should not listen to. There's a certain point of time where you should listen to your own opinion in terms of where you want to go and what you wanted to do. In this scenario which I'm talking about, in terms of you succeeding or you got a project or something which you wanted to do, and you speak to somebody who doesn't have the experience within that field, if you listen to their opinion, then you're in trouble, because they're going to influence you in a way that does not make you to do what you wanted to do. So that's what I'm trying to say is, be careful who you tell your project, be careful who you tell whatever you wanted to do, because everybody have a agenda. I have an agenda. In anything that we do, we'll always have a reason why we're doing it. So yeah, and it's a very interesting thing that we listen to the news, we listen to somebody else's opinion in terms of somebody, where somebody's from. We listen to their opinion of oh, okay, you should buy this car, you should not buy that car, you shouldn't, and there's so many things in which we listen to somebody else. And the question is, when have you ever listened to yourself? Like, when have you ever point out your own view? Because if you just keep living in other people's point of view of what they said, then you cannot be successful. And you gotta be so careful in terms of knowing who you pick to listen to, the advice which they give you, and finding out, okay, where is this coming from? What place is this coming from? Is this coming from a jealousy, or is it coming from a press where they are really want to look after you? And there's another thing which I was when I was thinking about it, is in the terms of there's a scripture in the Bible when Jesus says faith comes by what we hear, and faith is one of those things in terms of you don't see it, you cannot touch it, but it's something of you're hoping of something to be. And if you're hoping that, I'm going to succeed, I'm going to have that car, or I'm going to do this and that, I'm going to have this and that, and you give your dream, or you tell what you wanted to do to somebody, and the person says, oh, you cannot do it. The only people who have done this are from this background. The only people who have succeeded are from this and that. In which the dream or the thing which you wanted to do, you find out you don't do it. Why? Because the opinion of somebody else has taken over your opinion. And you need to be strong enough and to build a character enough in which yourself can be able to be like, okay, you know what? I want to listen to what you say. I want to listen. I want to respect your point of view. And if I feel that opinion which you said, I agree with, I'm going to agree with it. But I'm not being forced to agree with that opinion. And I guess that's the problem that we have most of the time, is that we always take somebody else's opinion. Oh yeah, they say this. Okay, fine. In order for me to feel comfortable with everybody or whatever, I'm going to take that opinion as well. So my advice is find your voice, find your reason. Okay, why am I dating this person? Or why am I getting married to this person or individual? Okay, well, his opinion, my parents say I should get married to this person. Why are you doing it? Have that reason within yourself of why you're doing it. Once you understand that, whatever you do, you get a better chance of achieving it because it's not relying on anybody else. Yeah, and there's so many things, as I was saying, in terms of maybe getting a car or whatever. Success is, it looks different to everybody. And that's the journey of life that, I might be like, oh my god, I got a car, I've succeeded, in that environment or whatever. Or it can be just having a nice comfortable life, I've succeeded, whatever. And people's opinion is different. But the question is, again, is who are you listening to, and how are they impacting you? Because at the end of the day, there's a energy which has been passed on to you, that when you listen to somebody so negative about your idea or whatever you want to do, it might push you down. I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to do this, even though you had a good idea. We've seen it so many times. We've seen from businesses point of view where another business like, okay, I think we should do this in order for the company to go ahead, and the CEO's like, I'm not listening to you. And there's a time for everything. There's a time where to be like, okay, you know what, in this area I don't have the expertise and I should listen. Not on, and being able to listen to others, not on one person's point of view, listen to others. Like, okay, what is the industry saying regarding this? And okay, I'm the only one, I'm only one person's thinking in this angle, and everybody else is thinking that angle, right? Should I change my point of view just to get comfortable with everybody, or should I, and a lot of time when somebody has a vision or have a dream, a lot of time is it's gonna be difficult for you. Just know that it's gonna be difficult for you. But the question is, are you willing to work so hard to prove that vision which you had? And your dream is being given to you. Your idea or whatever you wanted to do is being given to you. And yeah, listen to yourself. Listen that you can be able to make, you can be able to succeed. Because again, a lot of things is we've been so influenced by our parents' their point of view. Like, yo, you need to be a doctor, you need to be this, you need to be that, and you might be like, you know what, I'm a creative person. I don't think I wanted to be this. My dream and my passion is in music, or is in writing, or whatever, but being able to have that strong understanding of listening within yourself, of your goals, of your dream that you wanted to do, is really important. Because at the end of the day, there's people you can tell your dream, you can tell your passion, like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, and they will knock you down. Literally, they'll be like, you just feel like, why did I even tell this person I wanted to do this, or whatever you wanted to do? So it's extremely important that you understand that whenever you open your mouth to share your ideas, or you open your mouth to or you want to tell somebody what you wanted to do, to be a bit wise, and to be able to grow into a position where, somebody's opinion, it doesn't influence you, if that makes sense. It doesn't change your opinion straight away. Again, we grow as an individual. There might be something which I don't know. Somebody else says it, I'm thinking, oh, wow, that's a good point. I did not know that point. So yeah, just being able to, first of all, have that strong belief within yourself. And I'm just seeing a lot of time when you get in trouble or whatever, so-called trouble, is because somebody in the group, when you're a kid or whatever, is that person who have who's dominance, or who are, where he or she will say, you know what, okay, let's go You know, let's go knocking on the doors of neighbors or whatever, or doing something crazy. And with, you know, a child or whatever, they're going to do it because of the dominance of that individual. You know, that can be in a good way, that can be in a bad way. But if you are able to stand on your 2 feet and say, you know what, that this thing doesn't sit well with me, I don't want to do it. You know, and again, there's a lot of things where you can look at in terms of history, in terms of politics, in terms of businesses, you know, in terms of relationship, is because, you know, a lot of time we always want to please others than to look within and just like, okay, why am I doing this, and why was I influenced by this, and just being able to take a time to reflect in terms of that. Yeah, this is what I really wanted to share, because I feel like it's really important to be able to, you know, just to cross, to shut down all the noise, you know, because a lot of time the noise, it can be too much for you to focus on your dreams, on your goals, on whatever you wanted to do, because a lot of people are saying a lot of things, and you just reach into a point like, how can I do this? You know, this person saying this person saying that, you know, and you just get lost into the discussion where you're just like, I don't know what to do. But yeah, just take time to reflect on everything, or every decision which you're making, you know, because one way or another you have been influenced to do what you're doing. So yeah, if you liked the videos, or you think there's something which I'm missing regarding this kind of discussion, you can just put it down below. But for now, I shall see you next time.